I'll
we
just
did it.
dig a big old booger out of my nose while I'm at it.
That's a good intro. There we go. You
Go
pick on your
ahead.
nose. All right. So we're throwing stuff. We
Yes.
don't crop anything, so don't say anything too crazy. I'm not editing it out. Okay?
Well,
If you say anything about my mom, you better mean it.
And speak up so the people can hear you.
You better mean
Say
it.
hello.
if you guys say something that I'm not wanting to talk about, then I'll just be like, next.
Yeah, that's what we'll do too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So we're back. This is Choppa Chat 5, dude.
Is it?
Fifth one. Yeah, this is the fifth one.
How
So we
many-
did
How many were you had people involved with it?
3 was Ray and 4 was Dylan.
Oh.
Because you were out of town. We couldn't get you first. We wanted
Darn.
we wanted you to come on first because
You just didn't want
why?
to come, dude.
you're one of my favorite people, I know. So
Oh, great.
yeah. But we're with
If I wear my thing like this, people think I'm emo, right?
yeah.
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 You're a man of the night.
Just talking about editing stuff out, Melissa called me names you shouldn't say in 2024. The last time I did my hoodie like that. That one you let me steal from you, the Hyundai one.
There's nothing wrong with it.
She said that's what females do. That's for females, apparently.
I thought it was so
But she
when you
didn't say
wiped
it.
your snot on your freaking sleeve. Like,
Oh, she didn't say it in such nice ways, though.
Hey, stop this then.
See, we've already been ranting for like what, a couple minutes now. See, it's easy to do this shit, Greg.
I guess.
So we haven't introduced him yet, but we're here with Greg. A lot of people are going to know him that watch this, but if you don't, this is Greg Groves, aka Grandpa, aka Gray Bush, aka
Greg.
Old Man, aka Greg,
Yeah. Greg.
Arizona Tea Sipper,
That's right.
and you got it.
Unsponsored so far.
Unsponsored for now. You need to
Probably-
paint your bike like that one dude had his, and maybe you'll get
Probably for the rest
sponsorship.
of my life.
Oh, and if you're wondering what the creepy thing is in the background,
Yeah.
we finally got a cord for the TV, so I can show what's on my screen. And we got a little. I made like a little slideshow of pictures of you and your bikes. So we'll just have that playing in the background. There's 10 seconds of each picture. It's about 4 minutes long, so there's some like 40 pictures in there, dude.
Hey.
Oh, look, there's a monkey. High spec even.
Yeah,
You can see it
that's-
on my screen.
That's a
Is that the one, the custom one?
That's the early rendition.
Yeah, that's the one you had last year, and then you changed it.
Yeah. There's a bike that I barely
You
even
gotta
ride
speak up.
anymore.
Loud. Yeah, you don't. Does it even have the engine on it anymore?
It has the engine, it doesn't have an exhaust though. The exhaust is on the other
Pause
bike.
it. I'm gonna pause it. I think I paused it. Yeah. So that's the monkey that's now like stretch and slam like crazy. That's the OG Grom, which I think this will come out before we make the video of Melissa's Navi where we filmed your bike. So
Okay.
we'll have better footage on this bike soon.
Yeah. That bike's going to get changed here very shortly too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got planned for that?
I finally got the rims from Nick, so those are going to get dealt with, and then
What are you doing with those?
getting the lips polished,
Oh, okay.
and then
So it'll be black with a polished lip.
yeah,
Oh, that'll look good.
and then full color change.
What color? Or are you keeping that secret?
You'll all know.
We know.
You'll all know eventually.
Oh, you'll know. We'll know when you come out with it.
Correct. So
Okay. And then this is the SF that you don't even really ride anymore. That thing was pretty fast. What motor was that was on there?
181 cc.
Yeah, it was pretty
So-
fast. It sounded cool too.
Yeah, there's a grandfather's built motor.
Yeah.
So.
Is Adrian still buying that shit?
I haven't seen Adrian in so long. I don't even know.
Yeah, Adrian, where you at? If
Where
you're
you at,
watching this,
Adrian? Yeah.
where you been, bro?
He got Harley now.
Oh
So-
yeah, he's too cool to hang out with us.
Yeah. So
Dang, dude.
Too busy cranking that hog.
Cranking that hog, wearing leathers,
is he
getting mad at people that pass him.
Chaps.
Assless chaps.
brother? Huh?
Brother.
He's probably a part of the Hells Angels, I was a guess.
Yeah.
Already?
Him and Dylan are gonna freaking bromance.
That's he's just hanging out with Dylan instead of us.
That's cool.
They just crank their hog
They've been hiding
together.
there pretty good, though.
Yeah. We should call Dylan right now and be like, where's Adrian? We know he's with you. Over there cranking your hogs together. And then brother. And then the bike that was just on the screen, which was the stretch, crazy built ruckus.
Yeah.
That's the bike you were riding when I met you, I think, pretty much.
Yeah. That was
That's how I knew you.
pretty much how I got back into.
I don't know what just happened here.
That's pretty much
Oh,
how I
my
got
footage
back
is ruined.
into
Oh, that's cool.
all
I
the
don't know
small
what
bore bikes again.
happened. Oh, okay. There you are.
It's
Best
With
monkey.
your trophy.
yeah. What
and
a
then Camel's
wonderful.
hand.
You're dumb, dude.
That was from. If you haven't watched it, that's from the Smoky Mountain Small Boy video.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
You ate a crown.
Yeah.
There's the monkey. So that's the monkey now, which is crazy.
Correct. Yeah, we did a whole video on that one.
Yeah,
that was really fun, actually.
Yeah, it was.
We had Nick hanging out the back of the truck, about damn near fall out. No, you were hanging out the back of the truck.
I let him drive, which is insane. I let him drive the truck with me hanging out of the bed.
That was a good day, though. We had a blast fucking goofing off.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Doing all that filming up and down all that industrial park and things.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we did that with an iPhone, by the way. We didn't even have the fancy camera then. So if we'd have had the nice camera, dude, that footage would have been so much better.
Yeah, we can always do something else.
Yeah. But that video turned out pretty good. I also learned a lot about, because I did a lot of slow-mo shit in that video for the intro mainly. And I learned a lot about frame rates and shit. And I recorded that in all the wrong frame rates. So getting that to be slow-mo in the perfect amount of time in the music was a pain in the ass with the frame rates not wanting to work right. But yeah, if you want to know about that, go watch our video. Where can you watch that video, Greg?
Choppa Garage.
There you go. Nice.
Choppa Garage.
Yeah.
They make pretty cool videos or something?
On occasion, yeah.
On occasion. That's fair. We got some duds. So, here, I stole that picture. It doesn't look as good blowing up on the screen.
It doesn't either. I tried to send it off to somebody too, and they're all like,
you need the original quality picture.
Yeah.
That was from the other night when we were filming the Navi.
Yeah, that was a fun night. I got my seat finally put on.
I need to get one of those, Nick. That thing's nice.
Yeah, they're nice.
OG.
You gotta get a lot of things in your bike right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the parts ready.
I just don't have the energy to work on it.
We'll get it right eventually.
I'm injured. Yeah, there's the...
I mean, realistically, you just need... Did you ever find the foot peg?
I have foot pegs.
Somebody... The lady that helped me after I wrecked, she... But you haven't seen that yet. Go watch the last video before this. The Summer Night Ride 3 and 4. You can see where I get bodied. But the lady that helped me up, her and her husband or partner,
I don't even know where they came from. They just flew out of the...
Next thing I know, I was being picked up by strangers out of the street.
Super...
Which it was cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know if they were riding with them because
no.
Boom, right there.
They were right there.
They just appeared. They said they were walking down the street, I think is what she said.
Oh.
I wasn't really paying attention.
I mean, that's not a neighborhood to be walking down the street neither, though, so...
Yeah. What's on... allegedly, on Bloodworth Street.
Yeah.
It's a street in Mexico. Yeah. It's a similar named street in Mexico. But
yeah, she translated it to English then.
Yeah. But she helped me get out the street, and then
Blunto.
When she helped me, when I was getting on the bike, dude, we were getting ready to pull off, she walked up and was like, I picked up something off your bike, and she said she put it on my seat, but then when I got on the bike, I didn't see it on the seat, so I think somebody picked it up.
I have some foot pegs. You got rear sets right there, so.
Yeah, we just need to...
The rear set is actually broke.
Yeah, it snapped off. It's not just a foot peg broke.
So you're going to have to get the...
So the foot peg's probably still okay. It's just...
It's on the either it's on the side of the road or
somebody we know has it. If anybody has that, let me know. I might ask in the group chat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good picture. This is a good picture too. That's a good picture. That was small bore last year.
That's that time you shit in that chimney.
Yeah.
What, the fire picture? Shout out to Matt and Tiffany.
That was an awesome
right there.
picture. I don't know who took that picture.
That was 2 years ago right there, right?
Yeah.
Tiffany and Matt. I got Nate Dogg, Joel, this ugly fuck, this other ugly fuck, Camille, Robert, Red Rocket, and Grandpa. Prairie Bush.
That's a good crew right there, huh?
That was fun, dude.
Dude, that was probably one of the best times we had.
Yeah. Well, except for me having to work on my car for the first 2 days I was there.
Whatever.
That sucked. But I still had fun, though.
You just needed to show up earlier in the week. You needed to have
That's what I did this past year. That's a good picture of you, too. Passed out with your phone in your hand.
Yeah. That was at Grandma's house in South Carolina.
That looks like your Grandma's house. I don't know who sent me that, but that's a really good picture. That's cool. I think it was Camille sent me that one.
Yeah.
Honda. It'd be nice you can find a blue
Somebody
jacket.
else sent me that, too. I think
Honda jacket.
it's either Camille or Nate Dogg sent me. I think Camille sent me these.
They don't say Honda on the back anymore.
They don't say nothing like that anymore?
On what?
On all the damn... I went to
Tadici.
Cycle Gear and they just say Tadici.
Nothing on the back of that at all.
Yeah, nothing.
You could easily buy that jacket, though, and take it to a seamstress and have them take that off.
I'm not going to do all that baloney. That one I have right now.
You could probably
My dad
take the patch
bought that
off
one
that
for
one.
me. So
You could probably have them unsew that off that jacket pretty easy.
Well, that jacket's still all right. It's just a little bit.
It's just faded.
Yeah.
It's been around for a while.
And you've been wearing that since I've known you. The whole time.
I wasn't allowed to ride a motorcycle again until I got
Did you?
gear. So
That's a good thing, though. Did you ever get hurt? Is that why? I know the
No, my
story.
dad,
right?
like-
yeah, your dad.
my dad said, I can't force you to stop riding, but you're going to be wearing some sort of, gear to protect what little left you got. So
Yeah. Well, smart dad.
I mean, it's a little bit.
I should have been wearing gear. I probably wouldn't be as fucked up as I am right now.
So
Yeah.
you'll never catch me without that jacket on because, basically,
If I'd have been wearing a jacket, I probably wouldn't be.
I'll have
up
like
here.
this guilty conscience the whole entire time riding around without a jacket on.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's in the middle of summer, I have to wear it. So,
Right. Well, you made a promise. Promises are important. Nick, can you grab one of them pillows on the couch? I need to put my leg up. This shit's hurting. Oh, I just banged it on that. That felt good. Thanks, pals.
Little
Sorry about that intermission.
Impromptu
Yeah.
adjustment here
Yeah.
for handyman here.
It hurts, but if I keep it propped up, it's not as bad. Try to do this without kicking the camera. Oh. The chair breaks and I just eat
watch
shit. Oh, man. So have you ever actually wrecked a bike? Have you ever had a wreck? I think I've ever talked about that.
Not like to the point where I was injured. I mean, when
No.
I first got back into riding, I've had a few times where I bailed. I just
You just aborted ship.
I went around a corner one time and
Too
there
fast.
was a big old sand patch and
Oh,
it
that'll do it.
it put me on the ground. It didn't do nothing other than just kind of basically knock the wind out of me for a moment. And I mean, that was on the ruckus too.
That's probably good
And
because you're close
the
to
only
the ground.
thing that got messed up was the foot peg, and I had another one coming, so I switched it out.
No downtime.
Well, that's good. Yeah, like being that you're on the ruckus is a good background picture to have.
Yeah.
Being that you're on the ruckus, dude.
Dumbass.
Being that you're on the ruckus, you're lower to the
We
ground.
didn't know
so
that's a fucking crayon.
that is a Crayola. Well, maybe not be Crayola.
No, that was
it's knockoff, which is probably worse.
That was a made in China, non-toxic. I verified it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get any sort of,
When they put non-toxic, they're talking about the wrapper.
yeah, probably the
Not the
paper.
crown?
You
Yeah,
had stuff in your teeth for like hours.
I
Yeah,
did.
you were spitting red.
Every
like
time he
somebody
talked to me, he had fucking crayon
Yeah.
in his teeth.
He would spit and it looked like somebody punched him in the mouth because it would be red. Idiot.
Whatever.
Hold on, wait. Nick,
we were
tell
on
us-
vacation.
Yeah.
So
It'd be better if you said we were on drugs.
No.
It would make more sense. Nick, tell him why he did it too. Who dared him to do it?
Himself.
That's the best part.
He
You're
kept
like,
saying-
no one even
He kept
dared
saying,
you.
dare me to eat this crayon. We're all like, why would you do that?
Yeah, everyone.
I want to eat it. Next thing you know,
He's eating a crown. And I didn't even see it happen because I had to go to the bathroom. You all walked out
not
to the
very
bikes.
many people actually got. I mean, that was just like one of those things. I just spur of the moment thing. I peeled the wrapper off the
Intrusive
outside
thoughts won.
and
That's
just.
exactly what happened.
Well, I walked outside with it, and I was like, "Well, what the hell am I going to do with this damn thing?" So
Throw
I
it
was
in the
like,
bushes.
throw it away.
So then I chewed it
I
all
would have
up.
had it in my pocket and thrown
I
it
ate
at
the whole.
somebody while we were
I
riding.
ate the whole damn thing. I mean, I spit out a bunch of it, but there was definitely.
Did you
pieces,
swallow it?
There was definitely pieces I swallowed for sure.
Oh boy.
Whatever.
we'll never know why.
Well, that lowered your genius IQ for sure.
Yeah, 1 point.
No, I know another time you lost some too, but that time you snorted those pop rocks.
Yeah.
Did anyone film that, by the way?
Somebody has it, yes.
Yeah, if you got that footage, I need it.
That was, I think Mike or Kamel's got that footage.
I need that footage.
That was a fun ass night too.
That's hilarious.
So,
That was when we had fireworks. I think, right?
I don't remember. I think that was another time out there.
Dude, the best part about that is I didn't even know what's happening. I walk outside after using the bathroom, and you're all standing around, and everyone's like freaking out. I'm like, what's going on? And I just look over, and Greg's spitting red out. And I was like, what the fuck happened? I thought somebody punched you in the face.
Yeah, so that was a great barbecue place. That was the second time we had
Yeah,
been there.
dude.
That place banging.
And
Yes.
they know what they were
Small-town
doing.
barbecue?
Yeah, like
I think
a
is
little
what it's
hole in
called.
the wall place in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere.
What was that
in
town
Tennessee.
called?
Maryville.
Was it?
I don't know.
BBWs. Friendsville.
Friendsville, that's
Yeah.
right.
If you're ever in Friendsville, which is not far from Pigeon Forge and all that. Let's see, where's it at?
Yeah, just outside of Marysville.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even read half this shit. Yeah. If you're ever out this way in Tennessee,
Townsend,
Great Smoky-
Maryville,
yeah, Great Smoky Mountains.
Knoxville. It's not far.
Oh, yeah, south of Knoxville. No, Knoxville's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Small Town Barbecue. It's this little shack-looking place in like an old,
and they got
small
like
town.
real smokers and everything in the
Yeah,
back,
dude,
not
it-
like I
In the
brought
middle
it
of the
from.
mall shit.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
dude, when you start getting close, you can smell it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that place. I'm trying to. What the heck is going on here? What is it doing?
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening. But yeah. Oh, there it goes. I'm trying to pull up some photos, dude. 162 photos. It's like a little old.
Yeah, it's
Why is
really
everything so zoomed
rustic setup.
There it goes. Yeah, Small Town Barbecue. Shoo, boy.
Yeah, they bring out big portions too, so
Yeah.
show up with an empty
I
stomach.
don't know why this is so goofy looking, bro. You know? There it goes. God, dude. I got the French fries. I think me and Robert got the French fries. Good Lord, bro. So good, dude. So good. Yeah, so if you're ever in Maryville, go check that place out. It is so good.
Yeah, just don't eat the crayons.
Yeah, don't eat the crowns.
I'm gonna minimize the screen a little bit because it's like it's
Yeah, I
overlap.
did. I did a bunch. It's at 50%. I don't know what's happening. Whatever. Yeah, check that place out. It's really good. Back to Greg's ugly mug. It's extra zoomed in for some weird reason on this. Oh, anyway. I got some questions. I did get questions. You want to talk about bikes or you want to talk about history? Let's talk about history.
Whatever.
How old are you? Oops, I bumped the camera.
I still haven't reached my midlife crisis yet,
I
so
bump it again?
Yeah, don't you dumping the camera, dude.
yeah, don't bump the
idiot.
You
camera.
don't care about YouTube anymore or something?
Hey,
Yeah.
check and
Be
make sure I'm
careful.
still in frame because it turned a little. Am I still in
Oh,
frame?
hold on.
Time. We're not going to edit it. Am I in frame? Is it recording? It'd be funny if it wasn't recording.
Yeah.
It's recording, right? It's still recording?
That's where we need to be.
Okay. My bad. That's on me. My bad. How old are you? I can never get you to tell me.
Old enough
God,
to be your grandpa.
you know how old are you? I know, that's why we call you
I don't
grandpa.
think so. Maybe a daddy.
Maybe dad, yeah.
No, 50 years
We're
old.
almost 40. You're 50?
50.
Are you really 50?
50 years old.
We just turned 50.
Yeah.
Where's your birth certificate? Next time you go home, we need you to bring back your IQ test and your birth
I
certificate.
got a driver's license that tells me I'm
me see
52,
it.
so that's all right.
No, I believe you. You just
I
had
look
some.
like a guy who just got out of prison with the mugshot that they put on my driver's license.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does not look good.
we need that for the scrolly.
No, we're not putting that ugly mug up on there. So
I mean, yeah, I could find those pictures. All right. How did you find out about Triangle Mini Moto Squad? I always like hearing how people found out about that page. A lot of people don't even know.
I was in downtown Raleigh and I rolled up on my Ruckus, and Kamel was on his Ruckus, and that was with Cycle Brothers.
Yeah, back when they were doing that.
Yeah, and so I was grouped up with them for, I don't know, 6-7 months, and then all of a sudden it was just like I don't even recall 100% how it happened.
A lot of people don't really remember. I kind of do. I don't
Been
know
a
how.
minute, so.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, geez, it's probably been, what,
5-6 years.
5-6 years ago, so I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure if you go to the page,
Um,
I'll tell you how long you've been there because mine says like.
yeah, mine says like
7 years.
6 or 7 years, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So,
What is happening? I don't know what's happening.
I think it was through Adrian or somebody, actually. I don't even know.
Because Adrian started the page. Shout out to Adrian.
I mean,
I wouldn't even know you guys. If it
we
weren't for
were
that shit.
we were probably hanging out at Cycle Gear, and it was just one of those things that y'all.
It's kind of how a lot of people know now
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
join.
I mean, Cycle
It's
Gear has
there.
been like the the spot for pretty much
meetups and
yeah
rides
forever.
Because you can meet up and actually hang out.
Yeah, and
And they're pretty cool with the lot stuff
Yeah.
too. So
yeah,
you
and
do what you want.
the
And they're
general
bikers,
the
usually.
general manager there is like super chill with us hanging out there. So he's not
Yeah.
ever told us to get gone or anything. So
Yeah, everybody that works there is super cool.
yeah, I mean, well, they're all riders, so they
Uh-huh.
understand, you know.
They know how hard it is to just find a spot to even hang out or
Yeah.
meet without getting harassed.
I mean,
Which is silly.
I mean, really, it's not nowhere to do that.
and
Yeah, no, there's not.
I mean, I went in there to buy a helmet, and I was on a really tight budget, and they gave me a fluorescent green helmet that was sitting in the front of their damn showroom, so it all faded on one side. And he just gave it to me for like a screaming deal, and I was like, I don't care what it looks like as long as it's, you know, safe and
Protects your dome piece.
yeah, protects my dome. So
That's pretty
Shout out
cool.
to Cycle Gear. They're good people
Yeah.
there.
yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah,
the guy that
Cycle Gear.
manages it? That gave it to you?
Tyler.
Tyler,
Tyler?
yeah, he gave me
Shout out
I think it was like
Tyler. Dude.
that helmet was probably like
Tyler,
$300, and I think I got it for like $125. They were like,
Nice.
they couldn't get rid of it. Basically, it was like a,
Because it was
you know,
faded.
it probably had about 50 people that put their heads on it, but I don't care, you know. So
Shit, yeah. If it protects your dome so you don't die, that's
Yeah.
good.
So actually, I brought that helmet to my parents' house while I was there, and I left it there
Yeah.
because my niece and nephew were all into wearing it all the time. So,
Nice.
I mean, I have another helmet now, so.
Hell yeah. I feel like everybody's kind of got the same origin story of how they figured out about Triangle Mini Moto Squad. It's
Yeah.
usually either from a friend of a friend or whatever
Man, Cycle Gear.
that, and then they just, you know, being like, hey, where do I go to ride?
Yeah, I mean, you get a new motorcycle and you have no idea what to do, so you end up going
Yeah.
to Cycle Gear. And actually, probably some people have probably been informed by us through Cycle Gear. I mean,
Probably.
I'm sure.
Well, that girl you went and helped, the Liz Katz,
Yeah, so
she's super green to ride, and she went to a bike night at Cycle Gear, and she said somebody told her about our page.
Correct.
And to hit us up. Because we all had Groms and mini bikes, and we all knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
So,
I
allegedly.
mean, for a long time, we ended up coming here. I mean, this
Yeah.
was like the spot for a long time. We would always
Meet
roll up
here or my
Yeah,
house.
we'd meet at my
And
house.
then we would go to Sharon's. And
Yeah, it was either my house or your house, because kind of, and a lot of people would complain, but it like the way we looked at it was kind of a
I
central.
mean, most of the people that ride
meeting
with
point.
us were
Yeah,
from
like
this area.
if you want to, like, you know, consistently go out and ride, there's like a group of maybe 10 or 15 people that consistently ride, and then the others kind of would just
Tag along whenever.
tag along forever.
Yeah.
So those people that consistently ride all the time are going to be, well, they ended up having to live in this general area, so
Yeah.
it was easier just to ride to your house or Nick's house.
Because it's central to most people.
Yeah, for-
Adrian's all the way out in Sabulin.
Yeah,
So it makes sense to come. And most of
Yeah.
the time we'd ride either towards Youngsville,
Yep.
so it made sense to go to your
I
house.
mean,
or
I
go to
didn't mind
Raleigh.
it. To ride to here was, you know, that was 20
good little
minutes.
ride.
Yeah, 20
Yeah,
minutes of
pretty
fun
fun.
ride. So, like, hey.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah. But then now that we've grown so much and there's so many people, you know, over in the Morrisville, Cary, and Apex, and, you know, Chapel Hill, so it's just easier now to kind of push everybody over towards Cycle Gear. And
Yeah.
you also, you know,
Yeah.
you don't need a bunch of hood rats hanging around
That's what I was
here
gonna
all
say.
day. So
Yeah, I don't want I mean, yeah, that's how I met Robert, and he's a really good friend of mine.
yeah,
I was in his wedding. We both were.
Yep.
And it was like, the way I met him was he found out about the page. I don't know how. We'll ask him if he ever wants to come on a podcast. Let us
Yeah.
know.
Then he just showed up here for a meeting.
Yeah,
and
he
then
was
it
like, hey,
cool.
where are we meeting? And I was like, hey, we're meeting at my house. And I sent him my address.
Yeah.
And he was like sketched out about it. And he showed up. And he's like, showing up was one of the best things I did because I met some cool people.
yeah,
So, and then we
he's
been
ridden
friends
with us
since.
a ton of times
Mm-hmm.
and
Dude, he
gone
puts
to the
in
rally.
miles on that scooter.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
kind of forced to because that's his
Yeah.
only mode of transportation.
Dude,
you know?
that dude will drive that scooter to work every day,
Yeah.
and then come out Friday or Saturday or Sunday
Well,
and put in 100 miles with us
Yeah.
on a scooter.
yeah,
It can't be that comfortable after a while, right?
he's made it comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
That's crazy, though. I give him props. Dude puts in miles.
well,
That's how we met him. So
all
but
year round.
yeah, rain or shine too. I mean,
Cold
he's
as
ridden.
fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It'd be like 30 degrees
Yeah.
outside and more than 20
Hey, he's
degrees.
the one that got me into the gloves that I got for the winter. I mean, he
They're
told
good?
me,
Yeah.
heck yeah, they're almost too good. That's the problem. They're like,
Yeah, he's told me his hands sweat
Yeah.
while he's riding in the winter
so
because he's got such good gloves.
yeah.
But he didn't have a choice. This
I
is
found
mode
out the
of
hard way
transportation.
one time when I rode with Mike over, and we had the rubber glove theory that if you put rubber gloves
Yeah,
inside,
I've done that.
It don't work, huh?
It does a
barely,
little.
maybe you
It-
got like
yeah.
3 or 4 degrees.
Hey, that 3 or 4 degrees can be a game changer, though. I've done it before.
But I went and
Throw
got them at
gloves on.
Cycle Gear, and then we ended up riding with those, and I was so impressed. And
Yeah.
they're literally, maybe $25 at Cycle
see?
Gear. I
That's
mean,
not
so
bad.
it's I wasn't going for looks or anything. I was going for
No, when it's that cold, you
hand,
just want comfort.
yeah, hand comfort.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, it got almost unbearable. Where Mike and we were riding back. We got into Clayton, and we
oh
both
my god, dude!
looking at our hands like you could just break them, like they
Yeah.
felt like ice.
I've gotten home before and crawled in the bed and put all the blankets on me and curled up to Melissa, and like an hour later, my chest is still cold to the touch.
Yeah.
I'm so cold.
But
And
that's
she didn't
because we
know how
ride,
bad it was.
year round. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a lot of us ride year round, so
Yeah.
which is unheard of. A lot of people are freaking.
Oh,
Oh, it's
put my bike
below
away, yeah.
70 degrees. I'm not going.
Yeah.
So,
I'll put my bike away for the winter.
yeah.
We don't do that shit around here.
No.
I've rode in December plenty of times.
Oh yeah.
January. We
Well,
had
the
a
weather's
fucking
so
Christmas.
funny around here. It don't really get
Yeah,
cold. as it
we had a
used to.
fucking Christmas ride. It was like 30-something degrees that night.
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
We filmed it. Dude, that was crazy
Yeah.
how cold it was. But it was one of the
Yeah,
most fun
literally,
rides I've ever been on.
my helmet was fogging up so bad because it was
yeah, I
so
had to
dang
keep open,
cold.
close, open,
Yeah.
close.
Because
Yeah,
that
it was
air
brutal.
blowing on my face was like unbearable. But then you close your damn face shield and it would fog up on you.
Dude, I had some clips that we got with the GoPro, and it would be like, it would fog over
Yeah.
because it was so cold. Brutal, dude. Yeah.
There was quite a few of us that did that night ride where we were out.
Yeah. Mike and Camille were there.
Yeah,
You, me, Nick.
Dylan was there.
Dylan was there.
Yeah, that was a fun ride.
Yeah.
Tremor
perfect.
was there too.
Yeah. Monkey Man.
Yeah, those are fun.
Jay.
Freaking.
Jay was on the Harley.
You're right.
Yeah. He was terrorizing downtown, allegedly. Downtown Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's why I like meeting at Cycle Gear now, because we do have new people that show up all the time, and some of these people I don't know. And I'm not saying you new people, I don't trust you, but if you know how it is, if you don't know somebody, you don't really want them to just show up to your house, especially when you got a family and kids and
well, it also
bikes
gives like
that can easily
hey,
be stolen.
they realize okay, well this ain't for me. Then they can dip out. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like
which I'm working on. I've been planning in my head, and I'm going to start mapping it out. I got a group ride that I want us to do.
Yeah, I'd like to do something. We've been doing these night.
I want to do a
rides.
ride where you
That's what
actually
me and Dad
ride.
were
Even if
talking
it's at
about.
night, we can go back
I mean, we
roads
could
and
go
ride.
out towards,
Cary, Garner, everywhere.
Well, I got a route through Garner that I used to take when I went to my grandma's.
Yeah.
That is beautiful, curvy, hilly back roads.
I don't
It's
mind
so
doing a
fun.
daytime ride either.
Well, I was thinking
Oh,
about doing
yeah.
that one in like the afternoon into dusk.
I mean, we rode.
when it starts
We
getting
rode
dark.
all the way out to Goldsboro and went to some random bar out there, and then started riding back. And we were riding on Highway 70, and I mean, it felt like we were riding forever.
Yeah.
But
That's why I'm gonna
our little
scout the route and make it all
Yeah.
back roads. Like
our little bikes were like screaming
Yeah.
at 60 miles an hour, and the cars were just whizzing
'Cause
by us
I
like
won't-
nothing.
I want Melissa to be able to come with us, but the most she can do is like 50, 55. So
Yeah.
that's why I got to map it accordingly,
Yeah.
Well, Garner's nice. I mean, you live out in Garner, There's some
Yeah.
nice roads out in Garner, man. And there's this little convenience store I want to go to that's got banging hot dogs. It's one of the best hot dogs
I
ever.
don't know which one you're
It's
talking
still
about.
open.
Well,
It's on Old Stage. Going towards like way backside of Garner.
oh, okay.
My grandma used to live out there. Old Stage, Timber, and
I'm down.
and that way. But there's a lot of nice fucking back
Yeah, I
roads
mean,
back
we need
there.
to do some more,
Garner, Mexico.
switches and stuff. Not doing
Yeah.
downtown rides all the time. I mean,
They're
I don't
fun.
mind. I
They're
love
fun,
downtown.
but I want to switch it up.
Yeah.
I want to do some different riding. Like when we go to the mountains, go to the
Correct.
beach.
Yeah.
Both are equally fun. Just switch it up. I don't want to do the same thing every freaking weekend.
No.
It gets boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like showing up at the smoke shop and everything. That's fun
Yeah.
as heck.
And they're still cool with us hanging out there.
Yeah.
As
Well,
long as we
obviously,
keep it
when we're
chill.
going in there and spending,
That's probably
bunch of money,
probably the most money they make in a 10-minute window
Yeah.
Yeah.
all day.
Hey, if we go in there and we drop $200-$300, you know, on
Yeah, that could make or break a day.
yeah, he's like,
them.
sweet, you guys can hang out all the time.
You know their rent is high as hell right there on Hillsborough
Oh
Street.
yeah,
'Cause that's a prime location right there in front of
Yeah.
Zaxby's.
yeah.
Shit,
And right now,
I would say that building's probably every bit of $6-7 grand a month.
probably. It's pretty big
you know,
because he's got 2 sides. It's pretty impressive.
so
Insane.
Yeah,
that's you know,
For a smoke shop.
got a really nice parking spot that
yeah. It's lit up nice, so when we film, we can get cool footage.
yeah,
And there's lots of college girls walking around for Dylan to hold his sign up to.
yeah.
I made fun of him because he didn't bring a sign last time. I was like, how much of an idiot do you feel like?
Yeah, that was the worst. Yeah,
That was the
of
best.
Dumbass.
of all the times he should have brought a sign, that
Bro,
would
he
have been.
would have got so much attention. He was
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there just like, and I walked up and filmed it, and I was just like,
You're
how much
right.
of a dumbass do you feel for not bringing a sign? He's like, I know.
Of all the times, yeah.
Dude, you would
all
have
summer
gotten
long,
so much
they're all
attention.
on, you know, summer break, and of course,
That Hawk Tua sign would have cleaned shop
Yeah.
there, bro. He would have got so much
tons
attention.
of people would have been all up on that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been hilarious. You imagine if he was in like his torque wrench get up,
Yeah.
cranking my hog sign. God, that would have been hilarious, bro. That would've been
Saturday's where
such
it's
good-
at, downtown.
Yeah. Yeah, that place was crazy, dude.
Well,
Like,
that
we were
was
going down the street high-fiving people on the bikes. as
well.
we
The
were
reason
driving
that
by.
was that way is because that was the first week back
Yeah.
for everyone, so they were all like, "I need to get out,"
Yeah.
you know.
They were walking around in bathing suits.
Yeah, well, you know, they don't
It was
care.
hot.
I mean,
It was
Not like
hot.
hot outside, physically hot. And it was
Yeah.
also, I don't
you know,
know.
Let's
college
keep- let's
college
move on.
students.
Anyway,
move
so
on.
why do you? This is a good question. I had this question, and I don't know why, but I think it's funny. Why do you hang out with us, bunch of degenerates? Why do you hang out with us degenerates?
Because I live vicariously through y'all, you know. Like you
Getting
make
injured?
me, you make me like feel like maybe I'm like 20 years younger, or at least 15 years younger.
That makes
So,
sense. You know, we're almost 40 as well.
Well,
Like we're old.
I mean,
too.
but if I was to hang out with people my age, they definitely wouldn't be as wild and
No.
you know
well,
outrageous.
most of those people that are that age that are wild are stopped or they're dead
Yeah, I mean,
or boring as hell.
yeah,
They're
boring.
They're
so.
people you don't want to hang. They have
Yeah.
they're people that have never been in
mean,
trouble. They
I-
don't have any stories.
Yeah, I feel comfortable being around the people that I'm around. So you know
Well, that's
that's a
good to
big.
hear.
You know, I mean, and
It's cliche, but it feels like a big family.
it is. I mean,
We
you
all
know,
bicker sometimes,
Yeah.
but we all love each other.
So,
Except for you.
but
Are you just
care.
staring into space?
no, he's tuned out on the damn.
He's watching the lowrider
Screensaver.
drive by. He didn't have his phone, so he's got to watch something.
Yeah,
That's funny.
you know,
I'm listening.
So you hang out with us because we keep you young, essentially.
sure.
That works.
I mean-
and you kind of like us, I guess.
Yeah. We just need to attract some more women around us, you know. Well, y'all are got, you know, women in your lives, but you know,
we need to
there's-
attract some cougar, milf.
Correct.
Go to Waffle House.
Yeah, I'll go to Waffle House in Fayetteville. That's always a great place.
That's a toothless milf, not milf. Just
No, she had a full set of teeth. She just, you know, was about
Is
a
that-
5.5, 6.
Yikes.
not like 5.5, 6 on a 10 scale.
Maybe 50 scale.
Damn.
Well, beggars can't be choosers, Grandpa.
Hey, whatever. You know?
Let's get it going.
Oh boy. All right, let's get. I like talking about this shit too. What was your first bike you ever owned?
Honda
So we
Spree. I couldn't
the
remember
fuck is
the name.
that?
It was
Scooter?
like it was a scooter. I barely even owned it. I owned it for maybe 2 months
It's a classic.
because as soon as I got it, all my friends thought that was the coolest thing ever to have a scooter, and they would steal it from me, and we would zip around and tear it apart, and they would ride it up and down the stairs and everything.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you probably destroyed it.
Yeah, it was black and it had like crazy 80s colored.
Hasn't
Yeah,
it
right
been-
there. That was exactly the one I had.
Hasn't there been some guys that have rode with us at these?
Dude, they're a little 49cc
I swear I've
gutless
seen
as
some
hell.
guys riding
Two
these
strokes?
No, 4-cylinder.
things. 50cc, yeah, slow as hell, dude.
Slow, but I mean, you know what? When you're 16, 17 years old, oh my gosh, it was like the freaking best thing ever. But
Oh, yeah.
it didn't last long because I had a bunch of friends that
Destroyed it.
basically helped me destroy it. So it lasted about 2 months. The front
Oh,
wheel
you got
got
the black wheels.
the front wheel got bent, and then the motor
Screw
started
spoke
not
shocker.
running very well. So ended up getting tossed.
When did you have that?
When I was like 16 or 17 years old.
So that's your first bike.
I didn't even have it at my parents' house because my parents were adamant about not me riding a motorcycle, so I stashed it at my friend's
So you
house.
didn't have like dirt bikes or anything like that growing up? No 50s
No,
or
we had
anything?
we had mountain bikes that we rode.
Oh, okay.
I grew up riding bikes, and then I had a skateboard for a while that we rode around.
That was back
There
in
was
the
no
40s.
like we didn't have ramps or anything like that. It was to
When
build
was it, the 70s or the 80s?
in the 80s.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
There was no jumping back then, right?
Yeah, there was no
It's all,
such
like,
thing as
flatline
going to.
shit.
Nobody had like a half pipe or quarter pipe or any sort
Yeah.
of. So everywhere you went, you had to it was street skating. It was like
Yeah.
you had to go find something to skate off of or something.
More people doing that than just grinds. Simple grinds.
I mean,
If
Not
that.
flatland stuff.
Like
Not even grinding
nothing.
anything.
That's about the time it started happening. But I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say you're the guy. You would know.
So,
Right?
but
I
then,
watched a whole documentary on that shit recently. I
but,
don't remember who did it, but it was
you
cool as
know,
fuck.
we ended up doing a lot of riding because Mount Tamalpais was close to there, where basically that was the birthplace of like mountain bikes.
Oh, wow.
So, and then I had my own.
What'd you say it's called?
What? Mount Tamalpais? I don't know how to spell it. Yeah.
Google knows how to spell it.
Okay. Well,
Oh, wow, that's nice.
so and then Ring Mountain was
That's in
another
California,
one.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it shows Alcatraz.
Yeah. Well,
Is it near Alcatraz or something?
No, it's in the Bay Area. So, and then Ring Mountain was another one where we used to ride around a lot. And then we ended up
That's
having a
cool.
place
That's
out on the marsh that we built forts and things out there so we could, get drunk without the Twin Cities police, trying to bust us.
nice. Yeah,
So
that's pretty cool. What made you want a scooter?
the neighbor down the street from my parents' house had it in this garage, and
you get it for cheap.
I was bugging him for months to sell it to me. He didn't want
Yeah.
to sell it, and then one day he was like, how much you got? I don't even remember how much I bought it off from it. Back in the day, I think like $200 was like big money. So
Yeah, in the 80s, $200 got you way further than it does now.
yeah, so I don't think it was probably $200, but it was it was a decent amount of money.
Dude, if you take your
I had
wife
to
out
cut-
for a date, it's $200.
Yeah, I had to cut like a bunch of lawns and stuff to earn it, and then I
Pay
ended up-
attention, kids. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Then I stashed it at my friend's house. 'Cause
Laziness. They don't need nothing. They're
I
kids
know,
on-
right?
kids on-
Kids don't do
we
shit
rode around
nowadays.
with bicycle helmets to keep us. Even though I never wore a bicycle helmet, it was like one of those things. As soon as you got on the scooter, we were like, "Oh, you better
You're
wear a
going
helmet."
pretty fast.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, I'm
well,
all of 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, faster than a mountain bike, unless you're going majorly downhill.
So,
Yep.
but we'd go into like the school parking lots and rip around on it and
Yeah.
be degenerates. And
Yeah, we had a Honda 50 we used to ride when we were teenagers, and we'd ride around the school that we went to school at because we lived right across the street from the school.
Yeah.
We get chased by the cops all the time, and they eventually figured out where we lived.
Yeah.
So then they started watching us like a hawk. 'cause
That
we
was
raced
the
four-wheelers
biggest
on the
issue
street and shit.
with us was that
Fun though.
we were well known by the Twin Cities police.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do anything because they knew exactly who we were.
And they probably knew who your parents were.
Oh yeah, I mean we grew up just getting constantly harassed by them. I mean,
Yeah.
and it wasn't fun after a while. Like they were always rolling up on us and trying
Yeah.
to question us for some dumb thing that happened that we weren't even
Yeah.
related to. So, but that's what happens when you live in a neighborhood where you're born and raised basically. So
Yep.
Yeah.
you just become known.
You grew up there, so that everybody knows you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
you're
mean, we
probably
hung,
a shitty kid.
we hung out at a. See, they don't have liquor stores here, whereas in California you can go to convenience stores. But with every place in California, you don't call it a convenience store; you call it a liquor store because they sell all kinds of alcohol, hard alcohol, beer, wine.
That was
all
weird
stuff.
when we were in California. We
So-
went in a store and they had liquor, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is
So
weird.
there was one that we hung out, growing up, and of course, it was one of those places where was kind of like a Cycle Gear type thing where everybody was like
Yeah.
meet up at the liquor store, you know.
Yeah.
And it had a payphone that you can call back on, so that was a big way of us getting a hold of people. We could, you know, call
They
from your
just call
house.
back, and someone watches about the
Yeah,
phone.
you don't have to like. Yeah, you just have somebody.
Hey, watch the phone.
Well,
Greg's
no,
gonna call us back.
no, you just the phone would ring, you know, and
Oh.
you call, and somebody would run over there and grab the payphone, you know. So
Yeah, we're hanging out here.
yeah,
That's
because
funny.
that was about the first way you could get a hold of people, you know.
Back in our day, it was just text messages.
Yeah, we didn't have
Hit me up
pager-
on my page.
Yeah, we didn't have pagers or cell phones or anything, so that was.
No.
And then there was a paper machine or rack or whatever you want it, you know, where you put your money in it, get the day's paper. But we would put a quarter in there and then jam the lock, put ice in there, and put our beer in there, and then close it. So when the cops would roll up on us, they never could find our alcohol, and it was right in front of their faces the entire time.
And the fucking newspaper machine.
Inside the newspaper. Well,
That's
the one thing we
hilarious.
used to do to keep the guy that was putting the papers in there, we used to take all his papers out and put it in a bag so that it wouldn't get wet, because we didn't want him to get pissed off for
That's smart.
ruining his papers, you know, because we were trying to keep it on the down low, and, you know, if he was getting in there where the papers were
All
all
his papers
wet.
are just wet and ruined,
Yeah, so-
soggy.
But it worked out for years. I mean, it was
That's
obvious
hilarious.
as hell in the summertime. You could see water dripping out of it from the ice melt, and they never caught on, you know. So.
Why's that newspaper machine
Yeah.
leaking? That's hilarious.
And we just poured our beer right in the damn drink cups that we had there, and, you know, if the cops rolled up, we just dumped it on the ground, and
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
That's
you know,
funny.
they used to try to bust us all the time. They had surveillance on us and all that crap, you know. I mean, obviously, a bunch of my friends were, you know, doing illegal stuff constantly. So
No way.
it was, you know,
What?
it was in, I mean, you know, I don't know, good 3 or 4 years of craziness at that one spot that we hung out in. And
Nice.
then we got tired of getting rolled on, so then we went out and way out in the marsh.
Y'all hang out there like every day?
You could see from where we were, you could see San Quentin Prison from the marsh, because it was like a good mile from the nearest road to where we were, you know, and we could be as loud as and
That's
obnoxious
the
as
other place,
Yeah.
not the store.
yeah. So that was fun, you know. That's just, and then you know, there was a mall that we used to go harass everybody. We used to go pour dish soap in the fountains all the time and go in the elevators and stand on top of the elevators and let them freaking, you know, ride us up and down. And every once in a while we'd make banging noises on the people, and they'd be all freaked out because they didn't know that we were standing on the
This
elevator.
is so 80s, bro.
On top of the elevator itself?
Yeah.
You just open the door and then get on top of it?
No, you open the door, get in, and then there's a hatch. You would take it and open it, and then you
Some
put the
Mission
cover back on.
Impossible shit, dude.
Yeah, and stand on top of the elevator, you know. Everybody's all, oh, you're going to get squished, dude. It was like,
Yeah, you
by the
have
time you got
tons
to the
of
top,
room,
there
yeah.
was like 10 feet above you. I mean, it wasn't even close.
That's like under the elevator. You have enough room to like squat down.
Yeah, we never did under the elevator. We used to freaking pull the doors
That's
open
sketchy.
halfway.
I ain't
and
doing
set
under an
all-
elevator. I can do
I've
that.
done it once. When I did sprinkler work, we had to put a sprinkler pipe under the elevator because the fire, if you smoke a cigarette and you throw it down in there, it could catch stuff on fire in the elevator
Yeah.
shaft. So we had to go under, and the elevator was in the fucking shaft. And so I'm like looking up, and like 10 floors up, this elevator's going up and down. I'm like, what do we do if this thing falls? He goes, you lay flat really fast.
Yeah.
Because it's got like, dude, these giant coil springs like this under the elevator.
Yeah, those
And
ain't
at the
so
bottom?
good.
Yeah, and they're like this tall. And so when the elevator hits the bottom, it just basically bounces.
Yeah.
We used to
That would suck.
Kind of help
crawl up on
not
the
die.
roof and
Oh.
screw out the security guards. We used to throw things down on the security guards when they were walking along, and they couldn't figure out where the stuff was coming from, and you know, just general vandalism.
Just general vandalism. No big deal. Yeah, we used to get kicked out of places a lot.
I had
I'd go
fri-
around and I would like fake fall in front of people and like throw shit.
I
Like
had
fake
friends
fall and
that-
act like I got hurt.
We used to go siphon gas out of cars, and
That's illegal.
hey, you know, it was a free way of getting gas. It
Needed
was,
gas for my Honda Spree.
we used to roll up into freaking, you know, these ritzy freaking malls, and just, you know, they didn't have locks and things on the gas
Yeah, there
caps.
was- there was
And my
nothing
buddy
back then.
had one of those pump things, and we
Yeah.
just freaking go roll up to the car and fill up our tanks with gas, you know. I felt guilty sometimes because we siphoned the damn near things empty a few times.
Driving home from the mall,
Yeah, you literally
run out of gas. Like,
I don't
I
even
filled
think-
up this morning.
Imagine somebody put gas in right before they went to the mall and they left and the gas light's on. And the guys
Yeah.
Guy's like, what the fuck?
But,
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
You know, that was just part of the daily routine. I mean, my friend would be like, dude, I'm about out of gas. We're like, oh, get the siphon, you know?
Let's go to the mall.
wow.
Charlie, get your siphon out.
Well, you just watch, you know, people, they get out of their car and you know, okay, they're walking that way, so they're not coming back for, 10, 15 minutes. So you got plenty of time to freaking get
Get a couple gallons.
I mean, don't get me wrong, gas wasn't that expensive, but it was like, hey, I ain't paying for it if I can get it for free, so. But allegedly, all this is happening,
Yeah, I think statute of limitations got you covered.
Yeah, so.
That was how many years ago? 75?
Yeah, 120 years ago, yeah. Something a long time ago. I don't even want to know, so.
That's hilarious.
Classic.
You see, I told you it's easy to do a podcast. It's already 8 o'clock. We've been doing it for almost an hour.
I'm not saying it
just
wasn't.
Yeah, but you were worried about having things to talk about. I was like, I got that covered.
I'm just a freaking person that just doesn't know how to shut up either, though. I can talk.
That's perfect for
so.
podcasting.
Yeah.
See, you want Greg to come back on again?
But I mean,
Make a comment,
Yeah.
like,
So.
subscribe, all that cringy shit.
Shop Garage.
Yeah, comment. Greg is a degenerate,
Yeah.
and we love him. All right, how many bikes have you owned? While he does that, let's we'll
I
just go do
mean,
something
right now
else.
I have 4.
Yeah.
So
The ones
Total.
that-
How many have you had, including the spree? Like 7 or 8?
probably not very many. I mean,
really?
after that, I didn't, I got into cars, and so, I didn't, and then I didn't have a motorcycle. I didn't have any sort of transportation for a while, and then I just got, it was 2018, something like that. I wasn't in a good place, and I was not really wanting to do anything to motivate myself, and I went to a Cars and Coffee, and I seen a stretched and lowered Honda Ruckus, and it was like, holy crap, I want one of those.
Yeah, because they're cool as fuck.
And
cool, yeah.
I mean,
They look so cool.
and it was really like just kind of crudely made, and I was like, gosh, no, I could do a way better job. And
And then I started that.
it
rabbit hole.
was, I started Googling and stuff, and there was a bunch of pictures of them and things like that, and then all of a sudden the Ruck Shop popped up, and so I emailed them, and the very first person I talked to was Ryan Cannon, and literally he got me into the Ruckus. I mean, and he helped me like tremendously. I mean, I was green as all get out.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know anything about what to do or anything like that. I mean,
Everybody got to start somewhere.
I have a really good mechanical ability and all that, and but it was,
Still fresh.
super fresh. So and so I bothered the heck.
You bought a Ruckus, like a stock Ruckus?
Yeah,
at
I
that
went
time?
down to Wilmington and bought one for like $700. And then
When did the Ruckus come out?
2005.
When did they start
2000.
stretching them and all that crazy shit? Probably
Ever since then,
pretty
really.
Right then.
Right out
In
in early-
Japan, they started doing
That makes sense.
modifications on them. Not
Probably like 2009 and 10.
not really.
Not really big, but
Yeah.
like not really like
They're
corporate
probably
wide,
like doing
you know?
custom paint, wheels, shit like
correct.
that.
Yeah,
They're probably stretching it and fucking fatty
I mean,
tires,
I don't even know when
motor swaps later on.
But I ended up finding out, that running around on a stock Ruckus was dangerous. I mean, you're riding the white line on a road, and you feel like you're going to get run over. So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't do this. So
And
I ended
people
up
don't care.
putting the GY6 motor on there, which, isn't the greatest built motor. I mean, it's pretty crude of a motor, but
Yeah, everybody hates on GY6s.
but I ended up taking all the parts off of that and putting Tata parts on there, which are decently built pieces, and made it pretty damn reliable, and rode the heck out of that bike for, I don't know, 2 years.
Is that the same Ruckus you still got now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Oh wow. So you
And
had that
then-
thing for a while, huh?
And then I got tired of my back always being hunched over and, waking up the next day feeling crippled.
Yeah. Because you're old.
just because it's it's such a different riding position.
Yeah.
You're way more stretched out,
I don't
leaned
think
over.
I've ever ridden anybody's stretch ruckus.
I'm pretty comfortable if you just ride around for a little bit.
Yeah,
Because I was going to ride Roberts one day, and I don't think we got a chance
His bike's
to
pretty
swap.
comfy.
yeah, his bike's set up fairly well. So, but then
With the bars and everything, it's pretty nice.
yeah, then I went to Capital Power Sports and bought a brand new freaking Grom, which was the dumbest thing I ever did because I didn't realize I could have got a used one.
Heed that warning, kids. Don't buy new.
Yeah.
Buy used. Smart.
So,
Especially if you know how to work on them
You gotta
already.
get a price on that thing, didn't you, though?
huh?
That's when you gotta get a price on, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a year old. It was
Yeah, you still got it for a good price, brand new.
well, I mean,
Like
not-
$3,500, right?
No, it was like $4,000.
Yeah.
But for a stock bike that
It's gutless.
was gutless and it was pathetic, it was a
And immediately, the first thing you want to do is start modding it.
Well, the first thing I did was get rid of the god awful fluorescent green color that it was.
Yeah.
That's the reason they
I
couldn't
hate
sell
that
it.
color.
It
So
was a year
hideous.
old. Nobody wanted to buy that color. Then
Yeah.
the guy was like, I went in there with cash green and I had like a set amount in my pocket, and I said, "This is where I'm at. I can't go any farther over." And they were like, "Well, we can't sell it to you." And then I was on my way out, and the manager came down and he goes, "So
Classic.
what can you do?" And I'm like, "This is what I got." He's like, "Well, I don't know about that." And then they kept bickering back and forth, and they were like, "Sell it to them," And
Yeah, because
so-
they've been sitting on it a while. There's no point in keeping
I
that
mean,
bitch. You're
it's only gonna
there.
get older.
I don't know like
Right.
if they made any money or not, but I mean, I
They
don't
probably
think.
still made something.
Yeah, I think they
Or
were
if they
at the
broke
point.
even. Good. Get it out of inventory. Let's get something
Yeah,
else.
I think they were at that point where they were
Yeah.
just like, it was
Over
a
it.
Get it
wash.
out of here. Yeah.
So,
That makes sense.
you
Yeah, I would say buy used. That's what I tell everybody. When I have
Dude,
people message me all
for
the
the
time.
There's
amount
so
of-
many out there now at
There
decent
is.
price.
You post them
You
all
just
the
gotta
time.
look.
Like somebody the other day was
I
like,
mean,
"Hey,
after
who has a
all
Grom
of-
for sale?" I'm
yeah.
like, just ask Greg.
all the work that I did to that bike, it would have been way better off if I had bought it used
You
because
posted like 2 OGs recently that were stupid clean for less than $3,000.
yeah, that
Like,
one
it's
I want
crazy.
to buy it so bad you don't even want to know.
And I mean,
With
everybody's personal
390 miles on it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's like
That's a
That's
the
a
kind of bike
unicorn.
you buy. Yeah, you buy that because it's a unicorn. You don't buy it because
and you buy that bike and you don't touch it because
yeah.
they'll never ever be that way.
No, yeah.
So
If you got the money to just sit on that, that's
I mean
That's
that bike
tremendous fine.
won't
you
go
can do
down
small
about.
things to it.
yeah.
Exhaust
Keep
like
all
that,
the
but I
stock
mean, keep it
parts,
how
and
it
then
is.
you could have like an OEM Plus build, kind of like your OG.
Yeah.
Like your OG's pretty OEM. Like we talked about.
I mean,
in the
I got
video,
tired
OEM
of
Plus.
having a couple things on the OG,
Yeah.
so
But yeah, I tell everybody about.
I made it
used.
more of a rider
Makes
now.
sense.
I mean, the bike, it's my get around bike. I mean, it's a bike I choose to ride. Like, I don't even have to worry about it. I put gas in it and check the oil,
Also, nowadays now we're up to 4 generations of Grom. You got the OG, SS, SF, SP. What's the new one?
The
Oh.
SP, this is still the same
It's still
thing.
SP. It's just different plastics, right?
Yeah, very slightly. Well, the reason they went and changed the plastic is because where your knees were, the plastics were prone to having that panel popping out. So
A little panel,
it was.
I do like the look. It kind of resembles almost like an homage, if you can say that. It's only 10 years old
Yeah.
to an OG.
The headlight,
Similar.
they tried to go back to the OG, kind of the single
Style.
big round headlight. But
That's my only gripe against the OG. Because I've rode all 3. I've rode your SP when you bought it brand new. I like the 5th gear.
SPs are nice.
A lot of people hate
Seats
5th
are
gear.
comfortable and everything.
Yes.
yeah, they
That's
went
the
back
big
to
difference.
the flat seat on
Yes.
the SP, which
That was tremendous.
because
SFC, that's my biggest gripe against that
yeah,
bike.
I hate
Seating
that.
position
Yep, you're stuck in one spot.
ruins it for me.
Yeah,
I hate
that's
that
why I
shit.
don't ride my SF anymore.
That was the worst thing about your purple bike. How fast it was, and it made you sit forward.
Yeah.
I want to slide back and hunch over, so I
Yeah.
don't flip this bitch like Adrian did. So it's like all those generations. I'm an OG fanboy.
Same here. Yeah.
I love the SP. Like I rode Ray's before he did all the stuff he just did to it,
Yeah,
and
right.
like,
See,
that
the
bike
problem
felt
with
great, and it's so
yeah,
comfortable.
but when you stretch and slam it that low,
Yeah, that was before he
it
got
kind
really
of
crazy. low.
ruins the rideability of it.
Yeah, because I used
It's
to
right
have
good if
mine-
you want to cruise around with it. You can't, turn in. Or
Yeah, you're not going to
Yeah,
go
what
to the
size stretch
Dragon
does
on
he
that
have?
bike.
Yeah, what size stretch does he have on that thing? Yeah, he's going to
Right.
tear that
same
Yoshi.
kit you have, but I mean, it's like
Yeah.
Mine's
6
pushed all
inches.
the way in now.
Yeah,
Because I had it.
I mean, you pushed all the way
long.
in, you still defaultly at least 3 inches.
Yeah, which is that feels stock to me.
yeah.
His is
Lo-
probably 6
Yeah,
inches.
he's got. Yeah, he went.
Did he
That's
change
right.
swing arm or did he just do
No,
No,
same
same
kit.
stock
kit?
swing
Same
arm,
kit,
yeah.
okay.
Same kit that you have.
Which is a good kit. It works. I won't spend the money on a swing arm. I just can't justify spending that much money on a cheap bike like that.
I mean,
It's so cheap now to get stuff like that. It's, you know.
yeah. But the OG, I think,
Yeah.
build wise, was the best built.
Yeah, it's the first generation, so
Yeah.
everything is built. You know.
I mean, they've cheap.
And the motor is supposedly better.
Yeah, the motor
because
is
of
one
crank.
of the strongest ones, mainly just for the crank in it.
Yeah.
The rims on it are Inkies, so they're like
Another
a
plus.
real.
Seating position, rims, crank
Yeah.
is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
it
we've
had
seen all these things affect people, like the seat position. A lot of people hate it.
Yeah.
The crank broke on Joel's bike,
Yeah.
and the inky wheels everyone wants.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to bamboozle me out of mine when I was powder coating mine. I don't remember who it was, but they were like, "Hey, why don't you just do this and then do that?" And then I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." And then I thought about it. I was like, "Wait, that means at the end of my powder coating, I'm gonna have SF wheels and you're gonna have my Inkies."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, fuck you. I know what you're
To me,
trying
it
to
don't
do."
matter. To me, they're all
mean,
the same.
Yeah, but the Inkies are
realistically,
gonna be
there isn't
stronger
like
and lighter.
there's a very slight weight savings. It's
Very
just
slight.
But it's also cool
Yeah.
to say, "I got the Inkies."
correct.
You get the
I
street
mean, they're not going down in value. They're
Oh,
becoming
yeah.
hard
I
to
saw
find.
somebody
you
post
know?
them the other day. He had
So-
wheels, just the
Whereas,
wheels.
you know,
$400.
the worst wheel though right now is the SP. I mean, it looks ugly as all
I don't
get
like
out.
those wheels.
That
man.
is my biggest gripe against.
I don't
that
like those
bike.
wheels.
Those
So-
wheels are hideous looking.
Yeah,
Nope, I do not like them.
they did one side that looks,
good, but
good, and then the other side
the
looks,
smoke cut
yeah,
out.
Yeah, it
You
looks
see the
so
cast
dumb.
on the
yeah.
wheel.
It looks like
Just enclose it. How hard was that to do?
they ruined the wheel.
Or you
on
know
it,
what
so-
would have looked pretty cool on that? I think is if they'd have kept it 5-spoke and then that part that divots in, cut it out,
Yeah,
so it would be a double 5-spoke.
Yeah.
That would have looked pretty cool actually.
Yeah, I
they're
definitely don't. I'm
trying
not a
to
fan of those wheels.
cheapify it as much as possible by as least amount of cast metal to be put on it. So
Yeah.
Another reason too. I mean, you think about it. You looked at a Grom wheel for 7-8 years,
yeah,
and then
wanna
they change
change
it to
it.
another wheel. When people are used to seeing that, to me, that's
Yeah.
going to be always be a better looking.
I
wheel.
think that's
100%.
that's a classic style spoke wheel
it's
too.
a good looking factory wheel.
Yeah.
It really is.
100%.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If
You no
give me-
disrespect towards anybody that makes those machine or all those wheels. I still like.
I'm
You
not
can
a
find a
fan
set of
all-
fatty wheels in 12. They're hard to find in 12. People make them 13 and all that because they want to put them lips on there.
Yeah,
but
make
if you
a-
can get a 12-inch set of OGs that are fatty, I would much rather have those.
like
than,
your monkey
than
wheels.
Some,
your monkey wheels look just as good as anybody's like.
Yeah, but
fatty
the
wheel
problem
setup.
is that front tire is just it's too stretched to where you can't go around a curve. It ruins the rideability of it. So
yeah.
I mean, but all these other billet wheels, they're heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like a heavy wheel.
the hub weighs more than the whole wheel.
I remember
Yeah.
putting your wheels on, bro. I wanted to
Yeah.
fight you. They were so annoying getting on. And,
Yep.
and every time we were doing it, we were like,
Because
Right, they were-
everything is so tight.
scratched.
Correct.
You're scratching it 100% with that brake caliper. You're scratching the wheel.
And they're not lightweight at all.
Yeah.
I mean, they're strong, but they're
No
You
offense
know.
to anybody that runs those. They look amazing.
correct.
I'll give
They're-
them that. Like Ray's bike looks amazing,
Correct.
but I just can't run them. I can't justify the cost,
Yeah.
but also I don't
So
want.
expensive,
I would
man.
be
You think of a
stressed
set of
out.
wheels?
I'd be
more than a Grom.
paranoid if I got a
Yeah.
scratch on it.
You could buy a set of those wheels. You could have bought an OG looking at for the price of wheels.
correct.
Damn near,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could have bought a whole bike.
Because you're gonna buy new tires with it too.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
the
I
other
might as well
thing.
do bearings.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I think
might
the
as well do
wheels he
speed
bought. I
spacers.
think the wheels he bought were over $2,000
I think so.
Yeah.
with the hubs.
God, dog.
And
With tires, he's every bit of probably $2,500.
I wouldn't spend that much on my wheels for my fucking car.
yeah.
I'm too cheap for that shit.
You know. But then you go look at us. We've all spent a ton
Oh,
of money
yeah.
on our bikes, and
I don't want to go over it.
Yeah.
Ton of money on my.
I mean, I don't
car.
even want to think about the amount of money I spent on my monkey. It's not even. It's absurd.
Yeah.
Yep, but you know what?
Hey,
It
but
is
you got
what it
first
is.
place.
I bought my trophy with that. Bike.
Yeah, you did.
So,
That's what people was like. Somebody
I mean,
at the route.
but before that-
you bought votes. I was like, yeah, you did with that bike.
yeah. But before that, I was hanging around Kenny with my
He
SF,
took a lot of money from
and
me
he
too.
took all my money too. Because he
Every
wanted
time
me.
you go there, you would spend money, more
Yeah.
money, and you want to spend.
He
'cause
didn't even
knows how
want to. Yeah. He literally took your
Yeah.
wallet and shook it out.
I mean,
Every
don't get me
day.
wrong. He helped you out, and he hooked us up, and you can get stuff
He
right
got-
there
yeah,
because you can
correct.
see what you wanted, and he's like, "Here you go, you can hold it."
Yeah.
You're like, if you can hold it in your
That's how it
hand,
gets you, dude.
you ain't got to order it and
He-
ship it.
he
You're
would
like,
let you
I
take
get it right now.
Yeah, he would not let you put it back on the shelf either. Once you held it, you were screwed. You had to buy it.
Basically, because you didn't want to put it back down.
Yeah, you didn't want to. I mean, all this stuff was like jewelry. It's like you couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, Rick tried that on me one time. I asked him about the torque
I mean,
converter.
but
He's like, I got him in the shop. He
we
went,
learned,
checked it out.
like, going to him, I learned so much, how to build power on a bike and how to properly, put together a bike and just a lot of things, because I was going to him and he was laughing at the stuff. He's like, dude, that thing, throw that away, just dumb things that I didn't I was like, oh, I thought that was cool, and then I realized, that's embarrassing, when you really think about it, so.
That's funny.
But I just, I'm at a point now where I don't want my bike to be like stupid powerful because I'm
Nope, it just takes away from it. It makes it more stressful to ride.
Yeah,
you can't even enjoy it.
You're
riding
constantly thinking about, ooh, what was that noise or what was that, so.
I'm going over my list here. We've talked about some of this stuff naturally. We can go over these last couple, and then I think we'll call it quits because it's been almost an hour and a half. See? Easy, dude.
Easy peasy. Next time we can talk about your street life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
We kind of did a little bit. That was the mild stuff. That's just a teaser,
Yeah,
give you a little taste.
We're not doing none of that.
Greg said next.
We're not talking about the old Greyhound days.
No, we're not talking about none of that. No.
All right, let's go back to your bikes. What's your favorite bike?
The OG is definitely my favorite bike.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it's a classic bike that fits me perfect. I don't have to do anything. Like I don't worry about it. It doesn't stress me out. I'm not thinking about it at all. Get on it.
You drive it like you're not worried about it either.
Correct.
Because we'll be riding around and you just hear, and you're like, oh, that's Greg.
Yeah.
Shift.
It's just in
Just red line everywhere.
it's being used as it should be. Like a Grom is a bike that is meant to be beat on. I mean, that's why they built
100%.
them.
I agree.
And that bike,
I beat on mine every fucking time I
correct.
ride it.
And I mean, I put it through its freaking paces all the time, and it's never let me down. And but I maintain it well too.
Yep.
I'm constantly, I change the oil when it's supposed to
me
be.
too.
I change my oil religiously.
Yeah,
On
I
my
mean,
bike. Like
me
that
too.
300, I change it like
yeah.
every
That makes
1,000
sense.
miles, if not more than
and
that.
the parts that I put
And I
on
run
there are like
the
proven.
Motul 300V.
Yeah, they're proven parts that I put on. I'm not trying to put some freaking Amazon specials. Other than the brake
Yeah,
levers,
me either.
everything else. So
Amazon parts, who would
You live and learn.
use those?
yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'm tired of breaking things. It costs money to break.
You buy it
things.
twice, you could have bought something else once.
Correct.
So
I used to have like shitty Amazon foot pegs on that Grom, and I remember one time I jumped like a speed bump, and one of the pegs just snapped off.
Yeah. So
I was like, I'm gonna put the factory ones back on because
that's
they're not gonna
point
break.
now, just you gotta pay for what you get.
Uh-huh. They look cool.
I mean,
but they weren't
the
strong.
great part is there's a huge following behind the Grom, and there's a ton of companies out there that build and provide, this community with a
Good stuff.
good, reliable parts.
That's why when people are talking about getting a bike or a mini bike, and they're like, I'm thinking about getting, and I'm like, get a Grom. They're like, why? I'm like, because they're plentiful.
Yeah.
Like, there's parts everywhere.
Plentiful and like don't matter. People always
you
feel
call
like, oh, it's
aftermarket
small.
is insane.
You'll have the most fun ever riding the ground. I promise you that.
100%.
And if you break something, you hit a Partzilla, and
Yeah.
they're readily available.
There's
to
so
parts.
many. There's Partzilla, Revzilla,
Yeah.
Steady Garage,
Go
Howling Moto.
Yeah, Howling Moto right here. I mean,
Good shit.
There's so many companies, bro,
correct.
that are out there, and they ship quick. Like Steady Garage got my shit here quick as hell.
Steady
And when there was an
Garage is
issue with my
fast.
order, they called me immediately.
And the parts aren't outrageously expensive when you're getting the OEM replacement pieces.
Oh yeah.
You're not,
No.
you go to look at a Kawasaki, Z125 to go buy a panel or piece for it is going to be 3 times as expensive.
And that's stupid because that bike's uglier.
Yeah. And it's just, there's no following behind that bike,
Sorry, Z guys. It's
I'm not
just
hating
true.
on the bikes. They're decent looking
I
bikes,
will.
yeah.
Fuck them. They're
but,
ugly.
That's
That's
I do
personal
like some of
preference.
the things on the Z though.
So do
I
I,
like
yeah.
the cluster on them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
The cluster
I do like the
it.
suspension, the shock on the side kind of
It's
looks
an
good.
ugly ass bike.
But I don't like the wheels. Definitely
No,
not either
no.
like a Grom.
I don't like how high up it looks. It looks like they took the bike and was like, all right, it's too long. Squish it.
Yeah, I almost bought one, and I'm glad I didn't because I probably would have been ridiculed for it. So
Yeah, I'd be making fun of you
Grom
right
swap
now.
it.
Or you could just buy a Grom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell everybody to buy a Grom because the aftermarket sport is insane. And almost everyone we know rides a Grom. And there's a reason. We're not wrong.
Yeah,
And we all have parts laying around.
There's the Monkey, which is
Parts you just gave
virtually the same,
Yeah.
engine wise. I mean, it's a
Completely
more of
different
a
looking bike.
yeah.
Just to share so many things over the years, so you can,
I'm just hoping that they bring the Honda Dax to the United States. If
That
they
would be
do
cool.
that, I will probably sell a couple of my bikes and get one of those.
There you go. Now you know where to get a nice Grom. If they bring the Dax to America, you can buy a
I will
Greg Groves
definitely
Grom.
get myself a Dax.
That's a good name for your company when you start it. You should start your own company. Greg Groves Groms. Triple G.
No, I'm not.
GGG.
I'm not
Greg
come up
Groves
with no
Groms.
name. So
I just did for you. You don't have to. I did it for you. You're welcome.
you don't listen. I see.
God damn it, dude. Triple G, man. You'll get hits on Google because people Google Triple G the fighter,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Who's this Greg Groves Groms motherfucker?" And they're like, "Oh, it's kind of a cool bike." Boom, there you go.
Yeah,
now
well,
you can polish all them
I mean,
fucking
fork tubes.
fork tubes all day, dude.
No, I'm not doing any of that. So.
He hates doing that. Cool.
I got to come up with another build eventually. I got to do something else.
How hard would it be to get a Dax shipped here?
The problem is you can't register it.
So,
I mean,
how often you gonna ride it? As much as you do your monkey.
You probably could get away with it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see.
Why can't you just register it as a monkey or something like that?
I don't.
You think you get away with that?
I think so.
I think 2025 they're gonna bring them here. I mean,
Yeah.
they would be stupid not to. But they brought the Trail 125 here, and they brought the Super Cub, and those two didn't do too well. I mean, they're still selling them. They just aren't.
Yeah,
They're
the trail is way
The
better.
trail was
than
cool as
the,
hell. I like the
Super
trail.
Cub.
Yeah.
The trail you had was super fun to ride.
I mean, the Super Cub, really, the styling and everything makes it really look like a woman-styled bike.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, I like the
They did some cool shit to them though.
I like the wheels on it because they're really large in diameter. I think it's a really nice looking
17-inch
bike,
wheel, I think.
but it's just not a bike that I'd ever buy. It just so.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
But the Dax has that really open style frame, which is why I like the Monkey. I like everything exposed.
Yeah,
Whereas like the Groms, they're all covered in plastic.
yeah,
Having-
that makes sense. Oh,
Having
hello.
all the dang pieces
Okay.
and parts, visible.
Yeah.
I think that really
the CRF
makes.
will look so cool.
Yeah.
How about a CRF? It's
Correct.
raw. I guess you could say it's like raw looking.
Yeah.
You just see, and that 300 looks crazy on the CRF one.
And this
CRF
and the thing that makes that nice too is that it forces them to hide the things that people don't want to look at, like wire harnesses and stuff, and they tend to tuck them and hide them. Whereas on the Grom, they didn't care, they just covered it with plastic.
They literally zip tied it to the frames
Yeah.
and covered it with plastic.
I mean, the Monkey has a really nicely shaped tank on it,
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's true. See, we naturally went into future builds. That works out perfect. That was
See, I
that was
like the
perfect.
monkeys more than the Groms.
yeah, I like the
I mean,
Monkey
I do.
too.
Not in stock form. Greg's, yes.
Yeah,
I like
but
the monkey. I like the monkey though.
once I get the front wheel dealt with,
That guy that had the red one at the rally, I liked his. Don't know, it was kind of slammed and
yeah, there's some
there's
really
some nice ones.
well built
Monkeys.
bikes that were at the rally.
But yours is the best, so
whatever. I mean,
you have the trophy.
That's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm going to say mine was best.
That
but,
was
I mean,
the people's
there
opinion.
was some bikes there that I was like, wow,
Yeah, there were some
I was
nice
kind of
bikes.
scared. Like, okay, I got some competition. there weren't. I didn't really have any competition in my class, but there was
Yeah.
some other bikes that were like, holy smokes, that guy put in the work.
Yep.
And you can tell right away. It isn't like, a couple pieces here and there. I mean, you could tell that they took that bike all the way down to the skeleton and then built it back up. So
Like you did
Yes, I did.
with yours. And you did with yours.
yeah, just like Nick. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
that bike was
that's
raw
what it takes
frame
now.
many times.
Yeah, that's what it takes nowadays.
I bought
to
a raw
freaking-
frame.
Literally.
So, I mean, you can't show up to a show at the rally anymore with just bolt-ons. It's gotten way more involved.
Yeah, put it in the bike show. The more the merrier, but you're not going to win with that.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
you got to do
it's-
some
You
shit.
gotta think outside the box.
full on custom everything. So
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go harder than this guy did with his monkey, which is hard to do. You gotta be.
and there's
You
some
gotta go
things
crazier
on
than that.
there's some things on that bike that I wish I could have done a little bit better, but I'm not gonna doubt the work on it. I mean, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I did a fairly damn good job on it. So
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. I did not expect it. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, holy shit!"
yeah,
Like you went crazy.
but that's what it took. So
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. My picture is better than that one that is like professional quality.
that's
I was
a
taken
really
with a phone.
that's a really good picture right
Yeah,
there.
it
so.
really is. That's why I moved the trophy to the back because it was covering up the engine. I was like, you can't see any of the cool billet pieces, man.
Yeah.
You can put that plus you can see that still. Put that shit in the back. Yeah, that's a dope picture. You went all out for that. People don't even know. You built a table for this bitch in the middle of vacation.
Yeah, we went to Lowe's.
We went to Lowe's on vacation. He was like, "Who wants to go to Lowe's with me?" And I was like, "I guess I'll go." It'd be kind of funny to film. So I filmed
That
us
was
going
fun.
to
It
Lowe's,
was.
Yeah.
picking up wood, and then filming you building it in the middle of the
Driveway.
at the rental place.
I brought a saw and everything.
Dude,
to
it was
do
so
it.
funny. Like you were out there doing it, and Candace is like, "What is he doing?" And I was like, "He's building a platform for his bike." She goes, "Are you fucking serious?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what we went to Lowe's today for." She's like, "Oh, y'all weren't kidding." I'm like, "No, we went to Lowe's and bought this wood."
Yeah, I specifically got a carpet or a mat for it and everything. It was, I built
Yeah.
it around that. So
Shout out Triangle Mini Moto Squad.
yeah, I put
Right
that
there.
on there and everything.
This is
So
monkey. How much you pay for that mat, dude?
it wasn't that expensive. It was like $125.
That's
or-
it?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That's
That's nice.
crazy. I would expect like $300-400.
No,
That thing's nice as fuck.
I'm sure it already had monkey on it, right?
no.
You just- you got
They
to
make them
design
for
it.
all motorcycles. You could get one for Harleys and Suzuki's, all that crap.
Those people had to park them on at home in the garage and shit. Like
Yeah,
mats.
some, I mean, I'm never ever going to do that. I think that's a little bit cheesy, but,
Yeah.
some people
Go for
have
the
a
show.
very
Somebody have a nice setup at the house. They
a
can
really
display
nice
their shit,
garage
you know?
and something. They want to put their motorcycle on
Yeah.
top of a mat.
It was hilarious walking around the show too. Which you can see this in our YouTube video. I'm like walking around and I like kind of pan, and all you see is Greg's monkey above everyone else's.
I did that on purpose.
And I was like, it worked. It worked. It draws your attention straight to his bike immediately because his bike is taller than everybody else's.
I knew that was the only way I could stand out above the crowd was to put
Smart,
my bike
dude.
up above everybody else's.
Very smart. I give you credit for that because everyone was clowning you for it.
Hey.
I wasn't.
I mean, I was making fun of you,
The-
but I
the
got
funny
it.
thing was
I
is
know
I
why
took
you're
that
doing it.
that stand right after the freaking show. I went and found a dumpster right behind the place and I threw it away because I wasn't going to be able to take it all apart. I mean, we kept on, put more screws in there, So,
Like it's temporary, bro. We're not bringing this thing home.
yeah, I wasn't even trying to bring that thing home at all. I mean, I had enough crap, so.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it was braced, it was
Yeah.
braced just to be stationary right there.
Right, yeah. So,
Yeah. Fucking mom, dude.
yeah, he's chilling with us. So,
I
You
guess
come back around, you can be chilling by yourself.
chilling with Jesus.
That's
All
what they have.
I guess that's it. We ending it?
sure.
Hit that thing for me one time. That's how we're gonna end the podcast.
Hit what thing?
That. There we go. Dude,
Choppa.
wait. We should have done that.
Choppa.
We should have done that for the thumbnail.
Yeah, this is some good
Got it.
stuff right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Oh, let's do an actual thumbnail.
Choppa.